Over the summer of 2012, the Lake Wilcox Sustainable Neighbourhood Retrofit Action Plan implemented a front yard makeover project in an effort to bring awareness to local homeowners about the positive effects of sustainable landscaping practices in their community. In this neighbourhood, where residential landscaping has a direct effect on the health of Lake Wilcox, 2 front yard makeover demonstration gardens showcase landscaping that is not only beautiful, but also uses innovative environmental practices to help keep the neighbourhood healthy and Lake Wilcox clean.
Lake Wilcox is the largest kettle lake in Richmond Hill and actually on all of the Oak Ridges Moraine. We value it very deeply, and so do the residents, so we do as much as we can to try and preserve the lake and its quality.
One of the challenges that Lake Wilcox is facing is the amount of nutrients that get directed to it. And when nutrients are being directed to it, that get picked up by the water that runs off our urban surfaces, like our roofs and our roads, that gets carried to the lake, so we get a lot of excess weed growth. The oxygen levels in the lake become very low during the summer. Anything that you can do in your yards to reduce the amount of runoff or rainwater that's running off your roofs and your paved surfaces is going to carry less nutrients to the lake. Infiltrating it into the ground or allowing it to seep in, either through a rain garden or a soakaway, is helping to remove those nutrients because they become trapped in the rain gardens and soakaways and in the soil as it infiltrates.
To establish a sustainable yard, there are many factors you have to consider. The Front Yard Makeover project has brought together the leading companies and techniques to transform a front yard into a beautiful and very effective water filter. The garden, after the initial establishment period, is highly water efficient and easy for the homeowner to maintain.
The makeovers are a low-maintenance garden. It requires less watering and less fertilizing, and it's a lot less work for the homeowner. They're able to be outside and enjoy it and not have to do a lot of maintenance on it.
Although it may seem complicated, all of the steps are really quite simple. Let's take a closer look at how each technique works.
The garden design, it's basically designed so that any of the water that hits the roof or any impermeable part of the property is going to be either infiltrated back into the garden, stored in the rain barrel, or infiltrated into the permeable walkway.
So a rain barrel is something that you would attach to your downspout. You'd be directing the roof runoff that gets collected in your eaves troughs and connecting that by your downspout to a barrel that's going to basically store that water so you can draw on it for irrigating your garden, your flowers, or even your lawn.
The rain barrel water is better for the garden because it's the same temperature as rainwater and it's not chlorinated, so it's much healthier.
Every time we water the plants, we use the water from the rain barrel. I think it just takes a little bit of practice and just getting it installed, and after that it's really a matter of just flipping a switch and water comes out.
You always need to think about where the water is being directed that overflows from your rain barrel. And in this case, we've got the overflow pipe connected to a rain garden. So a rain garden is really just a shallow depression in your garden that you're directing rainwater from either your roof or your paved surfaces that temporarily ponds it or collects it and allows it to slowly seep into the ground or infiltrate.
So after a good rainfall, the water should actually stay in your garden for a couple of days. By the time that water reaches the water table, it's already cleaned. The other side of the house doesn't have a rain barrel, so we have made a large holding area for the water to sit in, just like a rain barrel, but it's underneath the ground.
So a soakaway is a shallow depression or excavation that you've dug into your yard that can either be filled with stone, with gravel, or you can put modular devices, things that are like a plastic box, that basically creates a large void space underground.
So this is what we call our large aqua block. It holds, again, 5,400 pounds of pressure on top and holds about 32 gallons of water. It's constructed with flat panels that we assemble on site. We're going to hold just over 60 gallons of water here in this hole. That way we're just going to reduce the amount of water that goes down into the sewers.
Permeable paving is, in essence, pavements that have spaces or joints that draw water through them through a fine gravel. So obviously the advantage of permeable paving is on an impervious surface the water just accumulates. and if it's draining properly, it's going to run to the street. With the permeable paving, the water really isn't going to sit. It's ultimately going to run to the joints and then drain through those joints, drains away really rapidly. The biggest benefit to utilizing permeable pavements is really to reduce stormwater runoff and to try and recharge water back to the water table.
Just because of the functionality, usually that comes with something that doesn't look as nice, but I was pleasantly surprised by how beautiful and natural it looks.
The makeovers basically provide a centerpiece for everyone to be able to see the types of things you can accomplish with a native plant garden.
These gardens are a great example of how homeowners can create beautiful landscapes in their yard, but they're also environmentally friendly as well. Trees provide a number of environmental, economic, and social benefits in the urban environment. They provide much needed shade during the hot summer months, reduce stormwater runoff, they increase property values, act as noise barriers, provide habitat for birds and other wildlife.
They're just so many things that we gain from an environmental perspective and as well as an economical perspective. That's why we encourage people to plant native.
We did maybe 2 waterings a week, but we see the growth.
You see the growth already, yeah.
The application of tools like the rain barrel, rain garden, soak away, permeable paving, and native plants and trees reduces our home's impact onto the municipal water system. We hope to share these techniques with the greater community and are using our front yard makeovers as demonstration sites.
Demonstration gardens are a fantastic way for people in the neighborhood to come and see what's actually been done. It hopefully inspires them to perhaps do the same thing or just create certain little elements within their gardens.
Having a healthier garden and property, essentially just leads to a healthier lake and community environment.
For more information on how to transform your own yard, please visit sustainableneighborhoods.ca.